Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and we're turning our attention now to the North Eastern Footy League. And our correspondent is Andrew Mitchell. He's on the line with me right now to go through it all. Andrew, finally into finals time here in the North Eastern Footy League.
Yep, no, that's right. Obviously, we're the last league to get there, but we're into it now, and we'll see how we go on the weekend.
Very good. So we'll go back and just recap the last week of the season before we get into finals, but it's great to finally be into finals time. And most of the finalists finished the season with a pretty strong win, with the exception of the Hawks, who had to go up against the Tigers. BSR winning that one 13-8, 86 to 6-8, 44.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, BSR obviously just, polish themselves up for this weekend, getting themselves organised to play, and, probably doing a bit of job on RSMU.
Ash Bruce and Matt Longbottom with 4 goals each in that one, and the Tigers looking primed for a big finals series. The Southern Saints are looking pretty good as well. They obviously beat the Tigers the previous week, so they're going to be going into finals with an awful lot of confidence. But most recently, it was another win for them, this time over the Min-Man Eagles, 14-15-99 to 4-7-31.
Yeah, no, that's right. They did it pretty comfortably. Windy old day at Robertstown, but they scored pretty heavily against Min-Man and got the job done pretty comfortably. All the best players, as usual. The Lowners were consistent and hitting the scoreboard. So, no, they should be pretty happy with the way they rolled into this week.
Yep, they'll feel pretty confident going into finals, I would think, and there'll be a very good chance to go through and win the flag. We'll see how it all unfolds. North Clare finished their regular portion of the season strongly with a derby win over South Clare, 17-10, 112 to 5-10, 40. And if memory serves me correctly, South Clare actually got the upset win last time they met, so good for North to get a bit of revenge on the eve of finals.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think Paul would be pretty happy about getting a win before going into finals. I've been a bit up and down the last few weeks, but looks like they're settling into a finals campaign, and see how they go this week.
And in a dead rubber between Blythe Snowtown and BBH as they wrapped up their season, neither of them playing in finals, the Cats finished with a good win, 12-7-79 to 4-11-35 BBH.
Yeah, no, that's right. The Cats finished off their season reasonably strongly. Probably not pretty happy with their season. They probably started a bit flat, but they had some good patches through the middle, so I think they'll be happy and look forward to next year. And got some good game time into young footballers, so ready to go, set them up for the future.
No doubt they finished pretty strongly, and we spoke about their quirky fixture, giving them all the top teams and then all the sort of non-finals teams. So it was hard to get a read on the Cats this year, but I reckon they'd be happy enough with how the season went. Lockie Falco, Bradman Nelson, 3 goals each in that last game of the year. So that brings us to the first week of finals, Andrew, and gee whiz, the Southern Saints and the BSR Tigers going at it again. Somehow, the BSR Tigers have managed to trounce everyone, but they've lost both games against the Saints this year. This one's going to be tomorrow at Riverton Oval. Do you reckon the Tigers get a bit of revenge this time around?
Yeah, as I said, I don't think I'd take a lot out of that last game against Southern Saints. It was a bit of a dead rubber, effectively. They were only fighting for short colour. I think that they'll come out pretty hard, and I reckon the Oval will suit them with a bit more space over Southern Saints. I'm actually going to tip BSR to get the win and, go straight through to a grand final.
All right, the tip's in there for the Tigers, so they'll be looking to get themselves a week off and force the Southern Saints to do things the hard way. And it's a decent premiership drought for the Southern Saints. Do you reckon that's playing into their, their confidence at all? Do you reckon they've got a bit of extra motivation to look and try and get their first premiership in this association?
Oh, definitely. No, they've been pushing for a long time. They had a couple of goes back 5 or 8 years ago, and they had a go last year. They've definitely been pushing pretty hard in the last few years. They look good at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see. But no, as I said, I'm tipping BSR for this week, but that doesn't mean anything if the Southern Saints get through to the grand final.
Either way, whoever doesn't win this week, they'll get a good look at their potential grand final opponent, and it'll give the coach plenty to work with. Then on Sunday, we've got North Clare hosting the RSMU Hawks, and this one is at Clare Oval. So it could be seen by many that these two teams are just playing for third because the Saints and the Tigers are that far ahead of the pack, but they certainly won't be thinking that way. They'll be full of confidence and thinking they can cause a bit of an upset next week for whoever wins on Sunday. But yeah, big game here between North Clare and the Hawks. How do you see this one shaping out?
Yeah, very difficult to get a read on this game. Both teams have had up and down seasons. They've been good at times and poor at other times, but I think RSMU might just be a bit more polished than North Clare at this stage. So, tough one to split, but I'll go for RSMU.
All right, the tip's in there for the Hawks to spoil the party for North Clare at Clare Oval. Two big games this weekend. Looking forward to seeing how they shake out. But they're not the only games on this weekend. Andrew, your Minman Eagles have made it through to the finals in the under-14s. North Clare hosting Minman on Sunday in the under-14 finals there. How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, no, interesting. Obviously for these young boys, it's going to be a lot of them. It's their first go at finals football, so there could be some nerves out there on both sides. Not a lot of the finals experience. North Clare have beaten us both times pretty comfortably, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. North Clare have got a very good footballer in Tyson Schutz who runs through the midfield, and Tylo. Been very good over the last year or so they'll be hard to stop, no doubt about it.
All right, so we'll see how you and your Eagles go in that one. And interestingly, no Tigers, no Saints in the under-14 finals. So there could be a changing of the guard coming over the next few years, but that's a long way down the track just yet. In the other under-14 final, we've got the Hawks playing the Blythe Snowtown Cats.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, two blue and white sides go up against each other down at Riverton. It'll be an interesting game, that one. I think RSMU have ended up on top of the ladder, so... they've had a really good season. Blythe Snowdown have also got a lot of good young players. It could be a very even contest, but I'm actually probably going to tip, I think Blythe Snowdown might get the job done.
All right, so some good young players coming through for the Cats in the under-14s. Blythe Snowtown, they're also in the elimination final in the reserves. So you talked about them being an up-and-coming club. Well, the proof's in the pudding there throughout the Rezzies and the under-14s. They're hosting... Well, they're not hosting. They're playing against South Clare. They are the higher-ranked team, but it's at Clare Oval, so it's really a South Clare home game. But we've got Blythe Snowtown and South Clare. We've also got the Southern Saints and the BSR Tigers going at it in the qualifying final as the top two teams in the Resi. So good to see a couple of different teams represented there, even if it is the Saints and the Tigers at the top. Yeah,
no, that's right. No, the Saints, obviously that's why they're doing well at the A-grade level. They got depth, and so that follows on through to the reserves. Both have been very competitive for the last few years, and that's what happens. You get good A-grade sides, usually got good reserve sides. So it'll be a tough contest, that one. Blythe Snowdown have got some really quality players, a couple of older guys who've got some real good finals experience in Gareth Ottens and people like that. Shay Clifford, who I think might be just a bit smart for South Clare in the reserves on Sunday.
And then rounding out the weekend's action, we've got the under-17s and we've got a Clare Derby at Riverton Oval kicking things off tomorrow. South Clare v North Clare. That's going to be a cracker. Minman taking on the Southern Saints in the elimination final on Sunday.
Yeah, no, that's right. Obviously, the Derby at Riverton will be an interesting one. Flexing them, or they played each other last week too, I believe. So they should know each other pretty closely. All go to school together. But I think South Clare have been the dominant side all year, so I expect them to win the game and go through in the 1 versus 2 game. And Minman versus Southern Saints, they played each other last week as well. So in a bit of a feeling out game, feel out each other for this week. But I think Minman got a few more kids come back from school as opposed to Southern Saints. So I think Minman will probably win that one in the under-17s.
Spot on. South and North Clare top two in the under-17s. They played last week and it was South Clare winning, but North Clare were the only team to get a win over South this year back in round 5 by 16 points. So plenty of good action in the North Eastern Footy League this weekend as the finals finally get underway. Andrew, thanks very much for that. Enjoy all the action. Good luck to you and your under-14s, and we'll catch you next Friday.
Good luck to all teams out there in North Eastern. I hope they have a great weekend. Cheers.